Welcome back, rock bottom of the dome. We're gonna look at 10 videos of aliens hiding in plain sight. Check them out. Gonna blow your mind. And not in a weird way. Here we go.
Aliens hidden in plain sight. Leonardo da Vinci, the Renaissance polymath, continues to intrigue and mystify centuries after his death. His iconic painting, the Mona Lisa, has been the subject of countless analyses and theories. Recently, a new claim has emerged that the Mona Lisa and another of his works contain hidden alien images. Leonardo da Vinci may have himself been an alien. His painting of the Mona Lisa is stranger than anyone could have ever imagined. There is a video that was recently posted online by Paranormal Crucible claiming the Mona Lisa is hiding an alien. The theory suggests that by adjusting the colors just slightly and then mirror the artwork, the face of an alien appears between the two Mona Lisas. It's plain as day to see a big-brained alien with its long, gangly fingers. But did Leonardo do this on purpose? Did he even know about mirroring images when he made the Mona Lisa? Or is this just a coincidence of modern technology? It feels like a coincidence until you follow the same instructions on another Leonardo da Vinci painting, called St. John the Baptist. Yet again, an alien face emerges between the two figures of John the Baptist in the center of the two mirrored images. The alien is even clearer in St. John the Baptist than it is in the Mona Lisa. It has huge black eyes, an unenthusiastic mouth, and sort of looks like a fish monster. One researcher has said Leonardo was part alien and has attributed these bizarre images to his extraterrestrial heritage.
Two of them, come on.
The Santa Maria Maggiore Basilica in Italy. Christian legend holds that the site for the basilica was chosen by none other than the Virgin Mary herself. Mary magically caused snow to fall on the exact spot where she wanted the basilica in the middle of summer 352 AD. That's the scene depicted in this work of art. At first glance, it looks like the clouds in the sky are nothing but clouds. You can see Jesus and Mary in a halo above the spot where the snow fell, and a legion of clouds spread flat across the sky. Only the clouds eerily resemble spaceships. It honestly looks like Jesus is commanding a fleet of alien battleships. Perhaps the legend of the snow stemmed from a bizarre alien encounter nearly 1700 years ago. Or maybe my imagination is running wild. Fortuna and the Magic Golden Sphere. Within the gilded pages of the Livre de Bonne Mœurs, a 15th century etiquette guide, lies a secret that has puzzled scholars for centuries. A seemingly impossible image that defies explanation. Livre de Bonne Mœurs is an illuminated manuscript created by Jacques Legrand in 1430. There are a lot of beautiful images in the book, but one of them stands out among the rest for being weird. The picture I'm interested in shows the goddess of luck Fortuna beside her lucky wheel. There are several groups of men around her, likely hoping to get a little piece of luck from the goddess. Not like that, I mean actual luck. In the painting, there is also a giant gold sphere hovering in the sky above Fortuna and her visitors for no apparent reason. Some think it looks like a hot air balloon. Others say it's a representation of the sun. But let's be honest, it looks like an unidentified flying object. If it was supposed to be the sun, where are the sun rays? It's too close to land to be the sun. I think it looks more like a gold jingly ball from the end of an elf's hat, only 100 times bigger than it's supposed to be.
I'll give him that.
In India, rock paintings from 10,000 years ago have been identified as images of UFOs and aliens. According to one archaeologist, the art proves that humans are not alone in the universe. The region in which these paintings were found is famous for its rock art. You can find many rock paintings depicting humans and animals throughout the Indian state of Chhattisgarh. However, you can also find some weird ones. Some ancient paintings in this state are so out of the ordinary that scientists don't have a realistic explanation for them. For example, there have been rock paintings found depicting kangaroos and giraffes. That's a little strange, seeing as there are no kangaroos in India. There are no giraffes in India either. How did prehistoric humans know what a kangaroo was if they hadn't been to Australia? Were they secret seafarers? Did humans travel thousands of miles across the sea when they were still living in caves? Then there are the paintings of bizarre human-fish hybrids, immediately bringing to mind mermaids and mermen. It stands to reason that if these ancient painters had knowledge of animals from Australia, they had knowledge of animals from elsewhere too, like the deep sea. What I'm saying is that maybe mermaids and mermen are real. These prehistoric people seem to have known all about the merfolk, but left only their likenesses carved in stone.
Come on, look
aliens
at that.
have been added to the already crazy collection of rock art in India. Archaeologist J.R. Bhagat said the paintings were completed in natural colors. Even after 10,000 years, they've barely faded. What I find most convincing are the facial features. The aliens don't have a nose or a mouth. This is an important distinction because do you remember the sky beings of the Milky Way I told you about earlier? The ones made by Australia's Aboriginals. They were missing facial features too, typically their mouths. It's crazy, I know, but just consider the facts. Kangaroos were found in Indian cave art, and kangaroos are from Australia. Now the same kinds of alien sky creatures have been found in India and Australia. See, it's too good to be a coincidence. There seems to be a connection between the ancient artists of these two distant lands. They may have witnessed the same mouthless beings and recorded them in bright stone painting.
You don't know? Look it up.
The alien battle above Nuremberg. Our next painting was produced as part of a report published in the city of Nuremberg, Germany on April 14th, 1561. It's one of few historical records of an alien battle being seen by hundreds upon hundreds of witnesses. The picture, known as a broadsheet, was drawn for what passed in the 16th century for a newspaper. The painter's name was Hans Glaser, and the report was about a celestial phenomenon that had everyone in the city thinking the apocalypse was coming. This was so long ago that at the time, Nuremberg was considered a free imperial city of the Holy Roman Empire. The broadsheet was produced to describe a mass sighting of something crazy in the sky. According to the very words printed on the sheet, the men and women of Nuremberg saw an aerial battle in the vicinity of the sun. It was a scene straight out of Star Wars, and it unfolded in the heavens above the city. There were lights in the sky zipping and zapping. It looked like they were blasting each other with laser beams. There was fire in the sky, armadas of spaceships locked in desperate combat. In the midst of the battle came the mothership, a huge triangular object of pure black. All the smaller spheres that got near the mothership fell to earth in clouds of smoke. It seemed to be invulnerable to attack, like a destroyer fighting life rafts. The witnesses claimed that they saw hundreds, if not thousands, of spheres and cylinders and weirdly shaped objects. These are depicted in the broadsheet's illustration by Hans Glaser. He did his best to recreate the space battle using orbs and rectangles, but it's obvious he wasn't sure how to draw a scene.
He did what he could, but it's pretty obvious.
If you had a time machine and could go back to one moment in time, how tempted would you be to go back to Nuremberg on the morning of April 14th, 1561? Apparently, most everyone in the city saw the space battle. It would be a spectacle on par with a T-Rex fighting a Brontosaurus. They saw the mothership. They saw what almost sounds like Earth's guardians fending off an invasion. Naturally, the broadsheet attributed the bizarre phenomenon to God. It was seen as a sign from heaven, something sent by God to frighten people into repentance. The broadsheet says that only by living faithfully will God avert his wrath and stop his hand from dishing out divine punishment. I want to know your thoughts. Was the space battle God wagging his finger in disappointment, or is our planet protected by a secret brigade of space fighters?
Number 6.
The Mercury spacecraft found in a Mexican jungle. King Pakal of the Maya Empire was a spaceman. A piece of art found in his tomb has been connected to the modern Mercury spacecraft used to send humans into space in the 1960s. This bombshell potentially proves that the Maya had contact with spacefarers. Let's back things up a bit. King Pakal ruled the Mayan city of Palenque from 603 until 683 AD. He was entombed inside a gorgeous temple in the Yucatan Peninsula's hot and wet jungle. His body was sealed inside a massive sarcophagus, its limestone lid 5 tons. Try moving a 5-ton lid on your own, I dare you. Not even the sweatiest person at your local gym could have opened Pakal's tomb. On the lid of the sarcophagus is an image that's proven to be one of the biggest controversies of any piece of Mayan history. It came to the world's attention in 1948, and scholars across the globe started trying to decipher its meaning. They're still trying. Some say the artwork has to do with the Mayas' ancient cosmological beliefs. Pakal was on his way to the afterlife, and the art on his sarcophagus lid depicts that journey. Others think there's something a little more sci-fi going on. It does sort of look like Pakal is sitting inside a rocket ship at the controls of a spacecraft. When you compare the image on Pakal's tomb lid to the diagram of the Mercury spacecraft used in the first human spaceflight program from 1961 to 1963, they look extremely similar. Pakal is sitting with his foot on a pedal and his hands at the controls. He's also breathing through a special apparatus. It looks like he's preparing for a journey into space. Beings of the Milky Way. The artwork in Australia is some of the oldest in the world. Aboriginal people in northwestern Australia have been part of the same continuous culture for 60,000 years or more. Their ancestors were making art before the cultures of Egypt or Mesopotamia ever existed, and their most impressive artwork seems to depict images of extraterrestrials, especially in the Kimberley region where traditional Aboriginal law and culture are still very much alive. According to the Australians, the images their ancestors created on rock walls are not aliens. They are something called Wandjina. Indigenous groups insist the Wandjina are supreme spirit beings. For thousands of years, the Australians venerated these beings as the all-powerful creators of their land and all the living things around them. Today, there are 3 tribal groups who consider themselves the custodians of the Wandjina artwork. They are the Warora, the Nagaranyan, and the Wanumbal. Not everyone is convinced that the indigenous tribes know the origin of the Wandjina, since the artwork was made so long ago.
Number 8.
Has the humble $1 bill just blown the cover of our alien overlords? If you ever suspected life on Earth was under the scrutiny of alien beings, this new perspective could solidify your ideas. By changing the contrast on an image of the bill, it is revealed what is claimed to be the image of an alien overlord hidden in plain sight.
Go ahead,
alien
get a dollar
art
bill.
is supposed to be outside the realms of our comprehension, made not on one level like human art, but many levels of understanding, making most too complex for our primitive minds. The dollar bill is even more telling, as it could also reveal the name of a specific alien overlord named Mirika, taken from the rounded bill, where the rest of the lettering in America is out of sight. Of course, to get this imagery on the dollar bill suggests these crafty aliens have also got control of the monetary systems that keep the US economy running.
I mean, it's not like that pyramid doesn't give it away, but I mean, now check this one out. If you can't handle the truth, don't look at it. You cannot unsee it after this. I'm telling you right now. A reptile. And there's a better image right here. Look at that. It's kind of tilted, folded a little bit, but you can see the image a little bit better. And pay attention to the bottom little thing. I mean, come on. This is not a coincidence. And there's the last one, but look at the bottom. Yep. Under the reptile. Look at that. It looks like a little goat. Devil worship. I don't know if he's on crisscross or on his knees, but it's pretty creepy. So, I mean, it's in plain sight, you know, and there's some other bills. There is a lot of other bills from, I think, the UK, or I don't know. There's different type of money that they have. Same thing, they have flying saucers, they have, like aliens in the back, and I mean, when I was a kid, I remember I asked my mom, like, why is there a pyramid in, you know, the back of the dollar bill? Because I was learning about, or I heard about Egypt and the pyramids and the whole nine. I was learning history, and I don't remember learning anything about, the Egyptian culture in America. It was the Civil War, the whole. And I was always, curious on what was a pyramid doing in the back, or how is that relevant? Obviously, not until I got older, I found out that a lot has a lot to do with the founding fathers, you want to call them. But anyway, let me know in the comments which one was the best. I think Da Vinci one was, honestly, all of them. That's why I don't like saying the top 10 or put them in ranks, because to me, all of them were mind blowing. But, the Da Vinci ones and the dollar bill one, that the reptile, that's insane. I mean, it's just crazy, everything that. And now that the Dior bags, or whatever you can call them, now that they confirm it, now you see this, and you can't say it's a coincidence. You can't say it's conspiracy. It's right in your face. Deuces. See you on the next one.